Welcome to the Morning Dig podcast with Chris Williams, where in under 5 minutes, I discuss experiences, achievements, and lessons that have motivated me so they can also help you kickstart your day and to keep digging in. Good morning. Today, let's talk about your circle of influence. This is a conversation I've been having a lot with my wife. It's something I really care about in terms of influencing my son's decision making. And it's something that I personally have been really auditing in my own life. What does my circle of influence look like? What should it look like? Who should be in that circle that can show me or shine a light or has been there or is currently at a place I want to be? For kids, circle of influence could just be as simple as, are you around impulsive kids that like to push the line and get in trouble for a multitude of different reasons? Is it a parental issue? Are you concerned about the influence that the kid's great, but the parents might have a negative influence on your son or daughter? Those are things I think about all the time. And I'm definitely very careful about who we spend time with, who my son goes and hangs out with because of that influence, whether it's the kid's influence, the parents' influence, or someone else in the household. All of those things matter and they need to be paid attention to. When it comes to stuff that I'm talking to my wife about, it could be our group of friends. Like, who are we putting ourselves around? Are they partiers? Do they care more about growth? Do they care more about family time? As our life has changed over the last decade, we went from being really focused on, we want to party, we want to have a great time, we want to hang around with people that are having a good time and just low drama, to having a son, realizing we want to be around other parents that like to hang out with their kids and, can provide support for us as new parents. And then it became, as we really dug into who we want to be as people and professionally, realized that, especially for me personally, my circle of influence needed to get away from people that I still love to this day, but weren't necessarily going to be a good influence on the growth that I wanted, the person that I wanted to become. So for me, I had to change my circle of influence. It wasn't based around the punk rock scene and music and that lifestyle anymore. It was based around getting around CEOs and business owners, people that truly are constantly trying to drive themselves forward, that are constantly looking for ways to improve. They're looking to get to that next level in their life. For my wife and I, it became somewhat of a balance of that. We wanted to find people that were successful and, were givers and understood the lifestyle that we lived, the success that we had, didn't hold it against us or try to use it as a way for them to just gain rather than being a give and take relationship. So it's something to think about. Is your circle of influence building you up? Is it empathetic? Do they want to see you succeed? Or are they just good time friends? We need all of that in our lives at different seasons. But if you're in a growth season, if you're in a season, if you're listening to this podcast and you're definitely trying to grow and you're trying to improve, good time friends, even old friends that, have been around for a long time, maybe they're happy in their lives and they're stagnant and they're happy where they're at. If you're trying to grow, that might not be the circle of influence you need right now, that 4 or 5 important people you talk to on a regular basis. It's time to audit that. It's time to figure out who belongs, who needs to take a break, who maybe just needs to get cut off completely because they just don't serve your lifestyle anymore or who you're trying to become. And guess what? It's okay. It's going to happen multiple times in our lifetime. I hope that helps. I hope you start auditing your circle of influence and start realizing what voices are impacting your decision making and influencing the person that you're trying to become. Is it for the better or for the worse? Got to really think about that. You might have to make some really tough choices. But if you've been listening long enough, action is going to trump inaction every single time. Keep digging in. Thank you for taking the time today to experience the Morning Dig podcast. Whether you're a first-time listener or long-time listener, I hope that this has given you value, that you found the time to share this with friends so that you keep inspiring and rising the tides for all. If you haven't yet, take a moment to check the description below and follow me on my social media accounts for daily motivation, education, inspiration that I hope continues to provide value for years to come. As always, my goal is value. So if this provides value, continue sharing with others, keep digging.